Hello, and welcome back to Robert's Make a Deposit. Well, as you know, I was an alcoholic. I was on crack cocaine. Now I've went into a recovery home, and I just want to share with you some of the problems that I had, that I ran into, the battles that I had to fight because I was in a war now. Because on one hand, the Bible is telling me I had to live this way. On the other hand, I'm used to living the way I was living in the world. So, as I read God's words, I just want to share with you a couple of passages that I read and that caused some problems. Not problems that I didn't even know about. You know. So one was in Psalms 39, and it starts at verse 7. It says, I can never escape your spirit. I can never get away from your presence. If I go up to heaven, you are there. If I go down to the place of the dead, you are there. If I ride the wings of the morning, if I dwell in the furthest oceans, even there your hand will guide me. And your strength will support me. I could ask the darkness to hide me and the light around me to become night, but even in darkness I cannot hide from you. To you the night shines as bright as the day. Darkness and light are both alike to you. Excuse me. Okay. You made me you made all the delicate inner parts of my body and knit me together in my mother's womb. Thank you for making me so wonderfully complex. Your workmanship is marvelous, and how well I know it. You watched me as I was being formed in utter seclusion, as I was woven together in the darkness of the womb. You saw me before I was born. Every day of my life was recorded in your book. Every moment was laid out before a single day had passed. So as I read this, who is this? He knew me way before then. He watched me. He knitted me together. Who is this Jesus? You know, I'm thinking the world say, well, you were born, there was the sperm and there was the intercourse, and then that's how you were there. But God is saying he wove me together. He made me. So now I'm struggling with this. Okay, he's saying this is how I got here. According to his word, the world says I got here another way. So as I continue to read, I'm fighting battles. Now I'm at war. My spirit is at war with my flesh because I was used to giving my flesh what it desired. Now I have to make a whole U-turn, and start learning to live another way. And also just bear with me. I want you to read something. I'm going to leave you with these. It's in Galatians chapter 5, starting at verse 19. I have this. Okay. Give me just a second. Okay. Here we go. Galatians chapter 5. starting at verse 19. These are some of the things that started a war within my body, within my mind, within my spirit, because I didn't know nothing of this Jesus. And then he's telling me he moved me, he made me in my mother's womb, and I'm trying to understand, but now that caused a war within my mind, within my body. And I'm going to read you this. It says in Galatians 5, starting at verse 19 through verse 26. I just wanted to read you a little small portion of some of the things that started me thinking. It started a war within me. So I'm battling from this and that. This is who the world says I am. This is who the book God says I am. It says, when you follow the desires of your sinful nature, you live your life will produce these evil results: sexual immoralities, impure thoughts, eagerness for lustful pleasures, idolatry, in preparation in demonic activities, hostility, quarreling, jealousy, outbursts of anger, selfish ambition, division, the feeling that everyone is wrong except in your own little group, envy, drunkenness, wild parties. All of these things, they were me. This is what I did out there. Some of them, idolatry. I wasn't worshiping nobody. I didn't know it at the time, but really I was worshiping the devil because I was doing everything that he wanted me to do. But it says, but when the Holy Spirit controls our lives, he will produce this kind of fruit in us: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. So, do I want to... Now, who am I? I'm confused now. The word says I'm one person in the world which I've lived, and I didn't know about this other me. So now is there two of me? And so that was the battle. I fought these battles in my mind, in my spirit. And these are some of the things that nobody tells you that you will go through when you give your life to Christ. So... And I just want to read you one more thing from 1 Corinthians chapter 6. And just hang on in there. These are things that will help you in your walk, because these are some of the things that you're going to have to deal with. These are some of the things you're going to have to make a decision on. Are you going to surrender to the will of God, or are you going to continue living the life as you lived in the flesh, as you lived of the world? Because the world says we could have parties, we could have fun, we could have sex, we could do just about anything we want to do. That's the world that I came up out of. Now, I was tired. I was on drugs. I didn't want that type of life anymore. I wanted to change, and I was willing to do whatever it took for me to change. And fighting these battles, fighting these wars, changing. Well, I didn't change me. God changed me. The word changed me. It says his word goes out, but it does not come back void. It says it's the hearing of the word. So as I heard the word, the word changed me. And I didn't know, I couldn't see me being changed, but other people could. It wasn't until later on, which we will get into that as I take you through. I'm going to take you on a journey. We're going to go on a journey through this. And in 1 Corinthians chapter 6, starting at verse 18, it reads, "Run away from sexual sins, nor the sin so clearly affects the body as this one does. For sexual immoralities is a sin against your own body. Don't you know, or don't you know that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit who lives in you and was given to you by God? You don't belong to yourself, for God bought you with a high price, so you must honor God with your body." That's a mouthful. That is, so now, here we go. I was bought. I'm thinking, well, how does he buy me? I was bought? No. It can't be. So it says that my body is a temple of God. So that means that I have to be selective of what I allow in my body. Anything to grieve the Holy Spirit, to make the Holy Spirit uncomfortable within me, within my body, because that is his house. That's where he dwells. This is what I'm finding out. And how do I do this? How is all this going to take place? So I just wanted to drop that off to you, just make another little deposit. And I want to thank you for listening to me, for bearing with me. And I will be back. And please subscribe and share and like. And have a blessed and wonderful evening. Oh, God.